Well, no one told me my reading was gonna be this way. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today is the premiere of my friends themed TBR game. I have been developing this for a couple of months because I had a couple of revelations towards September, October of last year. I thought what fun it would be to put a prompt to every single episode of Friends and then read a book based on that episode. So every single month, I'm going to pick 5 episodes, and those are going to determine 5 books that I need to read for the upcoming month. Sometimes they're going to be completely random and picked by a random episode generator. Sometimes they're going to be all based around a couple of things that are happening that month. For example, January is going to have some stuff to do with New Year's, with resolutions. June is going to have some of the birthday episodes because June is my birthday month. December is going to have some of the holiday episodes, and some months will be a mixture of the two. For example, January. January will have the resolution episodes, but it will also have some random ones put in there just to fill in the gaps. For the first 3 episodes, it was completely obvious what I needed to do. I needed to do the one with all the resolutions, the one with the monkey, and the one with the routine, because all of those are in some way based around New Year's. So for the one with the monkey, I have to read a book that has an animal on the cover. And for this, I have gone with Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. I've had a time with Abby Jimenez recently. I really enjoyed Just for the Summer when I read it in November as part of the Goodreads Choice Awards. So I'm really hopeful that this one is going to work for me too. Say You'll Remember Me is coming out in April of this year, and it is following Xavier, who is a Greek Adonis until he opens his mouth and the wrong thing always comes out. But he has caught the eye of Samantha, who figures out that she just needs anybody who's going to be able to convince everybody that she is finally in a happy and healthy relationship. Fake dating is one of my all-time favorite romance tropes, so I am super hopeful that this one is going to be a hit for me. For the one with all the resolutions, it needs to be a book where a character makes a life-changing decision or sets new goals. And I've gone with a life-changing decision here, and I'm going to read In 1,000 Different Ways by Cecilia Ahern. This is following Alice, who has a pretty high emotional intelligence. In fact, she is able to tell exactly what everyone is feeling, often to her own detriment, because with this magical gift, she has completely lost who she is. Until one day, she meets somebody that she has found incredibly hard to read, and now has to decide whether or not she's going to let them into her life. I love Cecilia Ahern's books, and I am so intrigued to see what this one is going to be like. I haven't read one in a couple of years either, so I think that this is a really good way to reintroduce myself to her. For the one with the routine, I need to read a book that made me dance around with excitement when I got it, and this one could be nothing other than First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. This is going to be the first in a series where B.K. Borison is going to reimagine Nora Ephron's classic rom-coms, and this one is a reimagination of Sleepless in Seattle. I absolutely adore all 3 of these movies, but I think Sleepless in Seattle is just a little bit up there for me. So I am so intrigued to see what she's going to do with this classic story that I am so obsessed with, and how she's going to bring it to life on the pages of a book. Those are the episodes that I knew I was going to be focusing on for January, but there were also 2 that were going to be a complete surprise to me. So let's see what the first episode that the random generator picked for me was. The first episode is the one where the monkey gets away. Its first pick was the one where the monkey gets away, for which I need to read a book that has an unusual pet in it. And I am going to go with The Baby Dragon Cafe. This isn't one that I've heard an awful lot about, but I am slowly entering a cozy fantasy vibe. I'm not going to say that I'm fully immersed in a cozy fantasy era, but I am having a little bit of fun figuring out what it is about cozy fantasy that works for me. And when this is about a cafe, which is run by dragons and people who own dragons, this just feels like something that's going to work for me in a really weird and specific way. Second episode, the one with the dollhouse. The second choice was the one with the dollhouse, for which I need to read a children's book. And I'm going to go with 4 Eats and a Funeral by Farika Abida Ayemi and Adiba Jagadar. I've loved Ajiba Jagada's work, but I've never read anything by Farida, so I'm so excited to see what this dual author book is going to be like. It is about two childhood friends who have kind of lost touch over the couple of years and have really fallen out with one another, but the Islam centre in their local town has burnt down, and they are brought screaming back together to try and bring the community back together and to also rebuild what has been destroyed. I have loved the books that I've read of Adiba's so far, and I am so excited to see what Farida's books are going to be like for me. It's also going to bring me a little bit back into my YA era, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to vibe with that, but let's just see what happens. Those are the books that I am going to be reading for January this year, all thanks to my brand new Friends-themed TBR game. What episodes are you excited to see coming up in this game, and what prompts do you think it is that I have put with them? If you'd love to leave me a comment, but you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then just leave me a coffee cup emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.